Hello everybody, this is Bilal Salau, expert storyteller. I'm coming at you from Way Media Studios, and welcome to the third class of the Storytelling School series. And in this class, we're going to be talking about, wait for it, being an update hero. So yeah, this is about how to be an update hero. I'll tell you what this means in a minute, but please, once again, go grab your pen and your book. I'll be waiting for you. Welcome back to today's class, and let us jump right in. I don't want to waste any of your time. This class has to be short, straight, and fast, so that you can go and start doing what I'm talking about. This class is for people who like social media and people who don't like social media, if that even makes any sense. But anyways, let's jump right into it. What does it mean to be an update hero? But before I can tell you that, I have to build context. So let's start from here. A few weeks ago, I think, I was having a conversation with someone who has a business in making food, right? And she was talking to me about how, she was like, Bilal, how can I tell stories? You're always talking about stories. What stories are around my food business? I don't know what to talk about. It's not like the Maggie can talk or stuff. These stories are not even interesting. So she didn't see any story within her business space. So in the conversation, I started to talk to her about her business, and it sounded something like this. I was like, tell me, on a regular day, what do you post on WhatsApp, on your WhatsApp status? She's like, well, I post pictures of my products. I post videos of myself doing random things, not even related to my business. And I'm like, well, cool. Okay. So we went forward and asked her, so why do you think people buy from you? And then she said, maybe because I'm good at what I do, or maybe because people just know me, right? And I said, okay, think about this. Are you the only one doing this business in town? And she was like, no, she has competitors. And I'm like, oh, so there's someone out there who's doing exactly what you're doing, right? And then there's you. So the question is, you guys are in competition for people to buy, right? So what makes you think that people would prefer her over you or you over her? And then she was kind of like, she was stuck. She didn't know the answer. And then I told her, I said, look, let's dive deep a little bit. Think about this. People buy from you. The ones who buy from you right now, can we talk to them, do a research or something? Let's see why they actually buy from you. And after a bunch of calls, we realized that the reason people actually bought from her, and this is specifically the people who bought from her at the beginning, right? The people who bought from her said, we bought from her not because she's the best, not because she's, nothing too special. We just buy from her because we love this dude. Right? That's their only reason. So it's a very simple reason. And trust me, there are many of you guys in business right now, and this applies to you. People buy from you because they like you. Think about this also. Okay, music artists. There are lots of them, right? So they're like bazillion kinds of music that you can actually listen to. So the music space is like literally is a space for sharks. It's one of the most competitive business space globally. You have to be good, talented, coming out with beautiful music and all of that, but yet you still see people who rise from the ashes and go to the top. The question is how? The question is why? And you see, if you're a fan of any music artist, even if the music artist goes on to create a song that is not super dope or Grammy worthy, you still love it. You still listen to it. You still jump to every concert and buy every single ticket. Pay for every single that comes on iTunes. You still do all of those things. The question is why? Because you love that person, because you connect to that person, because there is something that brings you close to that person. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about marketing every time. It doesn't have to be about flyers and banners and Facebook ads every time. How many times have you seen Whiskey doing Facebook ads? Right? No, I've never seen it, and I'm guessing he has never done it. But yet people every day are singing his songs, singing his name, and praising this guy because people love this guy. They call these people diehard fans. Now you could also build diehard fans for your business. And this is how. Now, back to the story about me and my friend, right? And so after we discovered that people were buying from her because why? People liked her, we started to ask ourselves more questions. How can we get more people to see the things that these people saw in you so they also can like you and buy from you? So now she realized that she was not just in the business of selling food, she was now in the business of building relationships. And this is where being an update hero comes in. Now, zoom in, listen to me. Think about this. Two strangers meet on Tuesday, right? Now they become friends. They are waiting for the bus at the bus station, and before you know, one thing leads to another. They exchange numbers, right? 2 weeks later, they're having the first date. And then 3 months later, now they are dating, right? And then just barely 2 years afterwards, they're now married. I have a very simple question for you now. Think about this. Think about this. Like I said, come close. Why? How did this happen? How did it happen that two strangers on Tuesday got married in less than 24 months? Think about it. It's magical, right? And that's the power you also have when you become an update hero. You could turn total strangers into people who you have strong relationships with, and they will buy what you sell every time. Trust me, it works like magic. And I'll tell you the secret to how two strangers can become married couples. It is in many things, but in the most captivating ones is that communication is going back and forth, right? Communication is going back and forth between person A and person B. And before you know it, they start to hit strings that make sense to both of them. And so something happens, and then there's connection. And when connection happens, they start to build that relationship together based off of that connection. But now, to be more clear about what was happening is that person A was sharing their story with person B, and person B was in turn receiving that story and sharing their story with person A. The thing about how two strangers can become couples after 24 months is simply about how they exchange their stories. Person A walks up and say, hey, give me your number. I'm into this, I'm into that, I'm into this. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, and before that's what they do. It's exchange of stories that sprouts up the sparkles in their relationship and leads to a marital life. Now, what do you do to spark up the relationship between you and total strangers on your WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and so that you can buy their attention, pull them close, build relationships, and have them buy what you sell? Simple. Tell your stories. Yes, as if you didn't know that this is where I was coming from or coming to. Tell your stories, man. Tell your stories, babe. How you do this is by being an update hero. You do not always have to wait to tell amazing, remarkable, unbelievable Hollywood standard stories every time. Dude, go up online. Share what happened to you today. Share what you believe, share what you like, share how you dressed, share your struggles, share your pain, share your thoughts, share your perspectives. Let people know you just by the things you say online. And then with that, you start to see that you're attracting the right kinds of people that connect with the kinds of things that you're saying. And before you know, you pay attention to them and you listen to their own stories and engage with them. So there's a back and forth. And before you know, you go from strangers to internet friends, and from internet friends to patronizing each other's business. And when we were done having this conversation with my business friend, you know what happened next? She was like, oh my God, it's true. That's why people actually buy from me. I'm on WhatsApp every day posting about the stuff that I do, my challenges, my struggles, my this, my that. And then before you know, I get a DM saying, I would like to buy one, or I'd like to buy two. And I'm like, so you see? Be an update hero. It works every time. So yes, guys, this is the end of this class, but here's what I'm going to leave you with. There's a way to do this thing. Not everybody knows it, but there's a way to do this thing. But 1, 2, 3 things I can give you or leave you with today is this. Know this, that your WhatsApp, as simple as that, your WhatsApp and the contacts you have, is an opportunity for you to build relationships that can turn into sales. And you do that not even by asking people to buy. You do that by just trying to be you. That's it. You do that by just trying to be you. Share the things that pull people closer. And now the second thing is, if you know your business and you know who you're selling to, you know it's not everybody. There are few people, right? It's like a customer segment, market segment kind of thing. Do a business, a client persona, right? Do a potential customer persona, right? My customers are in tech and they are freelancers and they work in Abuja. That's an example, right? Oh, my clients, like my potential clients, are single mothers who have 2 or 3 kids, so I'm their daycare tutor or something like that. Okay, yeah, now you know those people. Now every time you go on your WhatsApp or whatever social platform to be an update hero, know this, you are not talking to everybody. You are talking to those people. Every time. you're talking to those people. So don't try to talk to everybody. Talk to those people as though they were the only ones that would see your post. And I bet you, I promise you, every single time you would get new relationships and you will grow your business just like that. The good thing about this is that that person I spoke to you about, which is, my business friend, last week, had a phone call with her, and then I was like, how's business going? How's the update thing going? And she was like, amazing. She's been posting. She hasn't stopped posting. Her numbers have grown, her orders have increased, and she can't wait for this week so she can start again. And so you see, anyways, guys, this is the end of today's class. Please send your questions. Tomorrow being Friday, I will try my best to answer all the questions. If you're not already in the Businesses and Stories community, click the link that's right here, right now, and join the community. And you also can send me questions that I can turn into classes like this. See you in the next class.